How would you have handled this? Is the question.
So over the weekend, I'm at this gigantic volleyball tournament with my daughter who's 16. I mean, like, there were 81 courts in this gigantic convention center in Philadelphia of girls playing volleyball. It was this amazing spectacle. And I'm watching my kid, and this brother comes over, and he says, "Hey, love you on TV, love your TikToks, can I take a picture?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, hey, we're talking." And then I'm like, "Yeah, that's my kid over there." And he goes, "Oh, she fine." My daughter is 16. Fine is different than pretty or beautiful. Fine exists beyond the looks and into the spirit and into the attractiveness of the person. And I did not feel in my spirit that fine was an appropriate term to use parent to parent regarding a 16-year-old girl. Is that something you say about somebody's child, that their child is fine? Pretty would be fine, but fine is not fine. I mean, am I right? I mean, I don't know. Tell me what you think about fine and the meaning of it and its appropriation to teenagers, to children. I don't think that, even beautiful would be a lot, but like fine, I was like, no, that's too much. Of course, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to embarrass him, but as soon as he said that, I'm going through all these feelings of like, you called my daughter fine.
What do you mean you didn't want to embarrass him? What the hell? Embarrass him. Absolutely. Why are you protecting his male fragility? Why are you protecting that? Absolutely embarrass him. He deserved to be embarrassed and shamed for that. And to answer your question directly, me personally, I don't really compliment people's kids. Like, I don't talk about their looks. You know what I'm saying? I don't go out of my way to be like, oh, they're pretty. And that, like, I don't know. It depends on the situation. But in that situation, it seems like it's unwarranted because they were at a sporting event. So why would the attractiveness of the child come into question at that point in time? You know, if I'm at a sporting event, I'm going to compliment her on her athleticism. I'm going to compliment her on her play. I'm be like, oh, damn, she tight. Okay. Let me watch her. Okay, damn. Oh, number 16. Okay, she nice. Okay, for sure. That's what I'm a compliment on. I'm not looking. She's a kid. I don't even fucking look at kids like that. But if she was like dressed up in a prom dress, yeah, okay. Oh, beautiful girl. Congratulations. You know what I mean? Prettiest girl on the planet. Whatever. Fine. Cool. No, that's the appropriate time. But I always side eye any fucking, especially men, but almost in general, anybody that. Nah, it's really only men. I can't even lie. I ain't gonna even hold you. And not to say that women can't do this, because it can definitely be weird, depending on what the woman says. But calling a girl fine, we know what that means. Toure was right for that. He was right in that being like an awkward statement to make. Again, I think that complimenting or commenting on your child or that child's beauty at that time didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, why is that the first thing that comes to your head when they're playing volleyball? Why wouldn't the play? Damn, she tall. Damn, she nice. Oh, damn, that was a nice setup. Like that, I'm watching the game. Beauty. You there looking at girls like to see how pretty. Like, that's just weird. For sure, that was weird. All of that shit was strange. All of that was strange. But the fact that Toure didn't want to embarrass him, that might be the wildest part about this whole situation to me. That's the part that we gotta really get into. First of all, the reason why he felt comfortable doing that is because men are weird. Men are weird. In general, strange. And, most men, I think, are just used to saying stuff like that, or at the very least, used to hearing stuff like that. I think there's a select group of men that would actually take umbrage with that and push back against it. As you can see with Toure, that man said that about his little girl, and he didn't say nothing to that man. And Toure is outspoken. Like, Toure be clocking shit left and right. You know what I'm saying? But in real life, when it came to his daughter, oh, I didn't want to embarrass him. What? Was you scared? Did you not want Like, what do you mean you didn't want to embarrass him? I would have, what are you talking about? Inappropriate. I'd have been like, nah, that's weird. Like, what do you mean she's fine? Like, what are you talking about? Easily. But the reason why that man felt comfortable saying that is because most men feel comfortable saying those things because most men don't push back for this very reason. The reason why he felt comfortable saying the thing was because of men like Toure. Because even the men that are uncomfortable with it don't say anything about it. So why would they ever stop saying it? How do men know that it's problematic if no man is calling them out on that problematic shit? That's why it's important for us to speak up. And it just goes to show you how powerful misogyny is. That even a man who knew that it was wrong in real time still felt it was more comfortable for him to protect and coddle the emotions of that man than it was for him to protect his daughter from that man. And I don't want to go to, I'm not going to say Toure is a bad father. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to make that allegation at all, but I'm just saying that Toure just, he messed up. He messed up as a human being, as a father, as a man, as a person, whatever you want to say. And that happened because of his adherence to the patriarchy, to his adherence to the cult of man. Even men like Toure will find themselves in positions sometimes when they don't feel comfortable speaking out. That's how strong and that's how powerful the patriarchy is, because I don't think Toure has a problem talking about the patriarchy. I know he doesn't. I've heard him make many comments about it throughout his career. But it is very powerful and it is scary. I'm not excusing what he did or didn't do, but it is scary though. A lot of men are afraid of it, and that's why a lot of men don't speak up. That's why a lot of men don't speak up. A lot of men are deathly afraid of the reaction of other men, which goes to show you again that men are dangerous. Toure, I'm sure a reason why he didn't want to check him was because he played it all out in his head. He played out the many scenarios in which, like, in what direction it could have gone in. And one of those scenarios, if not a lot of them, was to violence. So of course he didn't want to bring it up because he knows that men are extremely volatile. He knows that men are very thin-skinned and can't take criticism. He knows all of that. This video he made should have been him clocking his own bullshit. Him being like, oh, damn, you know what? I just fumbled, y'all. I did it, and then told the story and been like, I messed up. Next time, I'm going to make sure I speak up. Instead, he's like, it's fine, okay, to say about a 16-year-old girl. No, it's not. No. I think commenting on a little girl's looks at any age, under most circumstances, is unwarranted and unacceptable. That's just me. We sharing pictures in a group chat of the babies. And, oh, he's so cute. Oh, she's so pretty. Fine. I get that. Prom picture, fucking cadet. They graduated, some shit like that. Fine. I'm with it. Right? But not playing volleyball. And you know volleyball uniforms too, by the way. Like, that's just weird. That was just weird. And we cannot forget how normalized pedophilia is amongst men. We cannot get beyond that. Men do not see a problem with complimenting girls. Men don't see the same way men don't see a problem with dating girls 10 years their junior when they're, 28 and she's 18. Men don't see a problem with that. And this is why when I talk to men about like age gap shit, I'm like, what's the difference between an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old? And the only difference is the law. Men do not care about the age of girls. They don't care. They are out here trying to sell us on this idea that little girls can give consent. You know what I'm saying? They're out here trying to tell us that she knew what she was doing. These are the same men. That same man that called her fine is the same man that'll be out here talking about she knew what she was doing. She was flirting with me. Turn an innocent interaction with the 16-year-old girl into some romantic affair in his mind or something like that because she gave him a hug at the game. Like, Unc, these are the men that the girls can't wear certain clothes around. The mamas is telling them, and the daddy, oh, not the daddy, I hope not the daddies, but probably the daddies too. Change your clothes, your uncles is coming. Definitely the daddies, as a matter of fact. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, absolutely. In the future, men, stop being afraid to challenge other men. Men are deathly afraid of other men. Y'all gotta come up off of that, man. Because you're not doing anything to protect the community. You're not protecting your children by not saying anything. You're only protecting yourself. Stop being so afraid to challenge men. It's time for men to start challenging men more on all of this type of shit. Like, what are we doing here? Y'all, man, y'all can never scare me ever. I would never let y'all get away with no weird shit like that around me.